started late this morning, snoozed. So I'm going just straight into my cardio for the day. Today is Thursday. Tuesdays and Thursdays is just straight cardio. So 4.5 incline, 2.0 speed. This is going to be a longer walk since I'm not doing weight training on today. So I will be back to show you the numbers when I'm done. Okay, final numbers. 226 calories burned. 28.2 carbs burned. 45 minutes in my 5-minute cool down. A little over 1.5 miles. So, nice walk. I'm gonna stretch because I've been getting that pulling all the way down to my heel when I don't stretch. So, I'm gonna do that. My chit chat with y'all. I need a haircut. I almost didn't get up this morning. I don't know why. I slept fairly well. Woke up to birds chirping. This phone has this sleep. I don't know what it is. But the alarm, it gradually gets louder. And it's birds chirping, which is not bad. It's better than the normal sound, you know, the stuff that scare the daylights out of you. Shock you out of your sleep. I think that's wrong, but I guess that's how it works. You give somebody a heart attack. Alright. Go have a sit down. Finish my water. Oh man. I'm so glad it's a short week. Yesterday was kind of hard going back to work after being off for a week. Make me think about retirement. And my birthday is next Monday. $56. Oh man. I'm trying not to feel old. Sometimes it's hard when you got aches and pains for no reason. And every time you move, you make all them weird noises. Everything gets hard, so let's get back into this. Be sore for a reason. Then find out what time these Saturday yoga classes are, and then check my funds to make sure I got it so I can go. Because I definitely need to stretch. I can feel it, especially from my lower back down. Tight. And I need a new mattress. So, yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I need to take care of. Dineros. I ain't gonna worry about it. Everything happens in its time. So that's it. We'll sit here for a minute and cool off, and then go jump in the shower, and I will see you on the other side with the blood sugar readings. I ate the rest of that candy, so peace out. Okay. It is morning. It's cold outside. And they got the heat cranked up in here. So, probably need to shave. I hate that. But anyway, I was on Facebook while I was sitting and resting, and someone on my friends list shared a video about diabetes and what causes it. And the information was partially correct. And I did share it in my group. And I did mention to speak to your doctor before you change your diet. And before you start any exercise program. There's a lot of information out there, and all of it is not correct. Now, being a vegan is a good thing. It's good for you, and you have less diseases and blah, 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 and all that other good stuff. But they were talking about meat and things that causes diabetes. Well, the thing is that type 2 diabetes is caused by being overweight, and your body doesn't use the insulin or glycogen that it creates, and that we get from food. It doesn't use it properly. It doesn't get absorbed because the fat doesn't allow it. And what happens is we get so much in our system. 149. I hope y'all can see that. It's got a glare. 149. Candy and whatnot. And they were saying sugar does not cause diabetes. No, sugar does not cause diabetes in and of itself, but it can spike your blood sugar. Carbs can do the same thing, especially starchy carbs like potatoes and rice and all these other things. It breaks down. When it breaks down to sugar. You have to look at the chemical makeup of it. And when you get extra anything in your body, it gets stored as fat. Well, the video says that's not the case, but it is. I don't know where these people came from. I will go back and just put in there that this is partially correct. The extra glycogen that you get, the guy says that it doesn't cause you to gain weight. It doesn't get stored as fat. And like I said, that's not true. The parts that are true is that it gets used as energy. But it only gets used as energy if you're active. So if I'm sitting around and I'm eating sugar and fatty foods and all this other stuff, I'm going to gain weight. My body is not going to be able to use the extra glycogen because I'm not doing anything. So it just builds up. And then it gets stored. It doesn't get stored in your muscles. It gets stored in your fat cells. And for those of you who do not know that, fat cells expand. And as you burn, they contract. So it's only partially right. And I'm going to have to go correct that. You have to be careful of what you read and what you see. People want to sell you things, and it's a lot of misinformation out there. I mean, this guy even went as far as to say that the American Diabetes website has recipes for food that includes meat, and meat that's wrapped up in bacon, and all these other things. The thing about it is, if you're physically active, you will burn all that stuff up. And physical activity is not always exercising. It's housework, it's gardening, walking up and down the stairs. And when you eat things in moderation, it helps keep your weight down. But most importantly, physical activity, and when I say physical activity, I mean exercise, is what's important. Well, let's look at the Bible for a minute. God told Adam and Eve that all the green fruits and vegetables with seeds are there for their nourishment. Until they ate from the tree, they got kicked out. So God told them, yeah, y'all gonna have to eat all these other things, because the vegetables would not sustain them in what they were going to have to do. They were going to be laboring, and they needed all the extra energy they could get in order to do so. So while they were in the Garden of Eden, they were vegans. The animals were even vegans. But until they got kicked out, once they got kicked out, they needed all that. And then let's look at people way back when. Farmers and all these people, they ate meat, they ate eggs, they ate dairy, they ate all that stuff. But they worked basically from sun up to sundown. So you didn't hear a lot about cancer and diabetes and any of this other stuff. Most of them died from old age, or something else happened to them, and most of it was not those type of diseases. You didn't really see an influx of diabetes and cancer especially cancer, until corporate farms came along. And they started shooting up the animals, diseased animals, with antibiotics, housing chickens in cramp. I mean, the way they did their food, the food we eat, is not good. So now you got this influx. Then even with vegetables, Monsanto, I can't even think of the name of it. They use all these pesticides, and when you look at these people spraying pesticides on your food, they all covered up. Especially your fruits and vegetables. They're covered up. Now, you want to eat something that somebody has to cover themselves up from head to toe? Shoes, everything covered up while they spraying the food that you eat with a pesticide? Yeah, no. Don't believe the hype. If you're going to go vegan, these are the reasons to. The food that we currently eat, the way it's grown, the way it's raised, and I'm talking animals, and when I say grown, I'm talking about the fruits and vegetables. Those would be reasons to, one, grow your own fruits and vegetables, and two, to either stop eating meat or go to small family farms where the animals are grass fed. They see vets. They're not housed on top of each other. They're not pumped up with steroids. That's why our kids are developing a lot faster than they used to. When I was 12, growing up at 12, you girls didn't have all, they didn't look like they were 18, 19 years old. Because the food we ate wasn't pumped up with steroids like it is now. So when those are the things that you have to look at. Being a vegan is not for everybody. It's not a bad thing to do. I'm not a vegan. I do eat fish and chicken. Occasionally, I eat red meat. Like I said, I think I mentioned that is lamb or veal, the younger animals, because they don't. Those are rarely shot up. Now, whatever the mama has, the calf may have. So you still even have to be careful with that. We had vegetable gardens when I grew up, so most of the vegetables came from our backyard, and we used stuff like vinegar water and things like that to keep the pests away. And that's something you can still do if you grow your own gardens, your vegetable gardens. But I heard that it was illegal for us to do that, and I don't know how true that is. But the thing is when you buy fruits and stuff from the grocery store, make sure you get the stuff with the seeds in it. Anything without seeds is genetically altered and designed to keep you from reproducing it. So get the stuff with the seeds, keep the seeds, and use them to grow your own stuff. And forget about all this corporate mess. They have us all jacked up. They work for the pharmaceutical companies, and if we're not sick, they don't sell medicine. And the thing about medicine is once you get on one, it causes something else, then you got to take that. So next thing you know, you got a whole table full of medicine to combat something that some medicine was supposed to fix for something else, and now it just keeps going until you spend all your money on drugs. You don't want to do that. Being physically active, growing your own vegetables, reduce the amount of meat you eat. You don't have to cut it out. Reduce the amount of meat you eat or the type of meat. Beef is popular, so naturally they're going to pump it up so they make more money. So you look at veal and lamb and goat and things like that. And if you're going to eat that kind of meat, then there you go, because nobody eats a lot of that. So they throw those out in the field, let them eat grass and whatever. Those are better well-maintained animals than cows and pigs and even chickens at this point. I buy Amish chicken from the Eastern market when I can afford it, because that's expensive. 3-4 chicken breasts cost you $14, but those things are huge. So anyway, that's my rant for today. Peace and victory in the mighty name of Jesus. Be a blessing and be blessed. Thank you for watching. If you like this, like and subscribe and share. It may help somebody. It may help you. And I thank you for your prayers and everything. Peace.